What's going on, fellas? It's another C Boogie. Y'all know the rest. Hey, I want to salute y'all for subscribing to my channel, and I want to thank y'all for liking my videos. And shout out to the Dime Game Division. Let's rock and roll, man. You know, once a woman sees a man, matter of fact, let me stop right there. First, a woman got to see a man. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of people in life go unnoticed, man. You know, and it's simply a lack of trying. You know what I'm saying? They don't find different ways to express their individuality, man. You know what I mean? It could be out of fear. It could be out of ignorance, just not knowing how. But whatever it is, man, a lot of people, and this is men and women, just really go unnoticed, man. You know, and anytime you're not expressing yourself or expressing your individuality, man, you know, displaying your creative side, which most people have, then for one, you're going to be very unfulfilled within yourself. You know, it's always going to feel like something's missing from your repertoire, you know. So that's for one, man. And ultimately that can really mess up your vibe. But two, you know, you're not separating yourself from the pack. You know, you're not separating yourself from the rest of the people, man. You know, y'all remember like Deion Sanders back in the day? Well, Deion Sanders wanted to separate himself from the rest of the players, man. You know, so he would put a headband around his neck. You know what I'm saying? But it worked. It worked, man. You know, and other players through the years, they expressed their individuality. You know, you had Allen Iverson. You know, before Allen Iverson, most NBA players didn't have tattoos. They definitely didn't have cornrows. You see what I'm saying? Allen Iverson made that very popular, man. But all he was doing was expressing himself. But it worked. You know, it was all eyes on Allen Iverson, for better or for worse, man. But, you know, a lot of people are not expressing themselves the way they should. You know what I mean? The way they should, man. You know. And I think a lot of people need to take time to explore that creative side of themselves, man. You know, ultimately, you got to do it for you. You know, but it goes to my point that I said in the beginning of this video. You know, a lot of guys aren't even being seen by women. You know what I mean? Because they just extraordinary, man. You know, you look like the next guy. You talk like the next guy. You walk like the next guy. You know, that's just the reality of the situation, man. And after you are seen, then you have to be felt. You got to be felt. So let's say you pass that test. You know what I mean? Now the women are noticing you, man. You know what I mean? You look up, you feel somebody's eyes on you. Every time you walk into some place or a store or location, now you feeling people's eyes on you. Now you need to be felt. You know, and that comes with a level of authenticity, man. You know, nobody can do you like you. Period, man. Period. You're not performing. You're not putting on an act. You just in your zone, in your own little bag. People know when you're performing, man. You know, people know when you're not keeping it a buck, like they say in the streets. Let's just be honest, man. You know, people know when you're not being genuine, man. They know when you're holding back. They know when you're putting too much on. You know, they know when it's just not enough. You dig what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you have to be felt by a woman. You know, and just to simplify it, man, I would just say, dog, just be authentic, man, to who you are. You know, once you start walking in that authenticity of who you are, you know, you'll start to attract what you need to attract. You know what I mean? Point blank period, man. Point blank period, man. But, you know, it's too many guys that are content just being ordinary, just being regular. You know, matter of fact, let me take it a step further. Not only are they content with being regular, you know, they develop these dispositions with everybody else that dare to be brave or dare to be bold or dare to stand out. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And they didn't like to talk down on those people that just dare to be different, man. You know, you can't do that, man. Just because you won't do it doesn't mean it's bad for the next person. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't like it don't mean that they shouldn't like it either, man. That's not how life works, man. What you need to do is get into your creative bag, man. You know, find what makes you tick. Find what makes you go. Find your own style, your own little swag, man. You know, and it may take you a while. You know what I mean? It may take you a while, man. But, you know, you got nothing but time on your hands, man. You know, you want to be comfortable. You definitely always want to be comfortable. But yet, you want to be walking in your own personality, man. Walking in your own truth. Boom, this is you. See what I'm saying? Man, when I was a young soldier, man, a lot of people looked at me crazy when I got a tattoo on my head. You know, a lot of people wasn't doing that, man. You know, a lot of people had tattoos, but it wasn't visible when they had their uniform on. I said, whatever, man, I'm throwing one on my hand. That's what I wanted at the time. Why? That's the way I express myself, man. You know what I'm saying? You and another man, rather, can have on the same outfit. But you might put a little drip, a little splash on that thing. That's how you express yourself, man. You and another man can have the same haircut. But you might put a simple part, boom, right there. You know? Or you might fade the back just a little bit different. That's how you express yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Just take an extra 15 minutes, man, and get to know yourself, man. That's it. It ain't hard. You can make the same dish, you know, the same dish of food as the next man. But your ingredients are just a tad bit different. You know, instead of using frozen vegetables, you went to the farmer's market and got fresh vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Dog, it's just simple stuff, man. You know, none of this stuff is going to cost you $1 million. None of this stuff is going to take up, you know, too much of your time. But at the end of the day, I think that's the problem with a lot of men too, especially a lot of men that find themselves complaining about not getting that fair share of women. Well, first you got to be seen, bruh. Point blank period, man. You know, there's no other way around it, man. You have to be seen. And then you got to be felt. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to be felt. And some people may say, well, Boogie, why does a woman have to feel you? Well, women get a lot, you know, especially good looking women, they get a lot of guys approaching them, man. Like I said before in my content, what haven't a woman heard before, bruh? Seriously, man. Seriously, man. Let's take a woman that's 27 years old, that's a good-looking woman. What haven't she heard from a man before? You see what I'm saying? Just think about it along those lines. So with that being said, since she heard it all before, and she's going to continue to keep hearing the same stuff, now it's all about who it's coming from and how she internalizes what the man is saying. You dig what I mean? It's only so many ways that you can freak and remix a message to a woman, man. She heard it all before. Maybe 5, 6, 7 times, man. It's nothing a woman haven't heard from a man. from A to Z. But the message that's going to cut through is the one that she feels. You know what I'm saying? The one that she feels. A lot of that stuff, man, it bounces off a woman like Teflon, man. It does. When guys holler at women and whatever it is that they do, man, cat calls, shoot your jump shot, whatever. A lot of that stuff bounces right off a woman, man. Real talk, it does, man. It doesn't even fade them. By lunchtime, that woman have forgot that you even try to talk to her, man. You know, if you're talking about a good-looking woman, that is her world. Period, man. She done totally forgot about that. But the guy that she'll remember is the guy that, one, stood out, and the guy that she was able to feel. Just think about that, fellas. Shout out to the Dime Game Division. Peace.